It's the Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fan Show. Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for June 14th, 2020. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs for DraftKings and Fanduel, Madden stream. We got NFL for one part of the video and Major League Baseball, MLB. So we got football and baseball all in one video. Right off the top, we have Derrick Henry. He is the top running back of the day. He's been good lately. He has a good chance, 11% chance to get 16 to 24, and a very big chance to get 24 to 32 fantasy points. Derrick Henry is 5'9" on DraftKings and 6,800 on FanDuel. Very affordable. 303 rushing attempts, 1,540 yards, 18 damn touchdowns. He can put up 4 touchdowns in one friggin' game, and he could easily do that today. Not that he will, but he could. He definitely could. He's Derrick Henry, 5 years experience. All right, so somebody I don't usually touch on is Darius Juice. He got the juice. He got the pull. He's on the Washington Redskins, 4,400 on DraftKings and 5,900 on FanDuel. He's very cheap and affordable. He is the sole sleeper of the day. Darius Juice. 3 touchdowns this year. He had about 80 receiving yards, 245 yards. He had a 30-point fantasy game. All right, so he's good to go. And Adrian Peterson is right under him. And he's a little cheaper for 3.7 and 5.6. If you don't want to play juice, if you're scared, go with Adrian Peterson. I have 13, 18, 11. Adrian Peterson is a fine option if you don't want to play juice. Ronald Jones, the second, could get you 16, 24 or more. There's Adrian Peterson right there. 17, 12, 19, 20% chance to get 16 to 24 fantasy points. So both Washington running backs are locks. Today, we have Darrell Henderson Jr., all right, here's some of the wide receivers. We'll go back to NFL lineups in a little bit later in this video because I'm going to extensively go over MLB action today, Major League Baseball. So there's Mike Evans right on top, 46, 39, and 12. Okay. 7,900 on both sites. Let me see something. Okay, that is, yes. All right, and then we got A.J. Brown, 12, 9, 12, 3, 27. Oh, man, he's up and down. He has a fairly nice matchup. Projected 5 fantasy points. I see him doing more than that. Chris Goodwin, Woods, Davis, very fine options. I'm going to go back over football again in a little bit. Here's O.J. Howard, Brait, and Ellison. All right, before I do lineups or anything, I'm just going to go over baseball for a little while. Good amount of baseball for you. So this is on FanDuel only. The baseball is FanDuel. So let's go over our position optimizer. We'll go position by position if you're playing FanDuel Major League Baseball. So on FanDuel, they have 10 game slates. I don't know. Let me know if they have single game matchups. I don't think they do that. I think it's just a classic. Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat the real thing. Justin Verlander, the top pitcher. All right, Justin Verlander, 12,800 on DraftKings. He's only 11.4 on FanDuel, averaging about 47 fantasy points per game. On DraftKings, it's a little lower. So last year, Red October, in October, he had 15, 24, 36, 39. But when he played the Rays and the Angels, he had 55 fantasy points. He had 79 fantasy points versus the Blue Jays. Indians, he had 70 fantasy points. That was nice. All right, so Verlander, as usual, is your top pitcher option. So secondly, we have Garrett Cole. Okay. Projected 50 fantasy points of the New York Yankees. He is 13,000, a little bit more expensive on DraftKings. And he's 12,300 on Fanduel. See, I'm going to go over these guys. They're on DraftKings too, but the lineups that will be popping out are for Fanduel lineups. But we'll go over DraftKings too, and for football, it will be DraftKings lineups later on in the video. We'll get that for you. So Nationals, he hit 55. All right, 60 against the Rays, 78 against the Rays. The easier teams he's crushing, like the Mariners, 73. Something blanked out against the White Sox. He's putting up really good numbers. Garrett Cole. I like Garrett Cole a lot. Garrett Cole looks a little bit better than Verlander. All right, Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. Walker Buehler. All right, 11-7 on DraftKings, 10,200 on FanDuel, getting about 38 fantasy points per game. 52, 39, 21, 12. Not too great. But he had those high 60s. He had an 80. He had an 8. That was bad. He must have really sucked that day. All right, he had 58, 64. All right. Some baseball action for you today. These are the pitchers of the 10 gamers. And so we got Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer of the Cincinnati Reds. He is 10,400. Similar projection. Okay. 30, 58, 41. He had a negative a couple times, so he could fuck you in the ass. Trevor Bauer. Yes. But most likely he won't. He'll probably do all right. All right, so right under him we have Mike Clevinger. All right, of the Cleveland Indians. He's a little bit more expensive and doing a little better. 11,600, 12,000 on DraftKings. All right, he had an 11 against the Nationals, but the Nationals are freaking pretty damn tough, and they won the World Series. So the White Sox, 61, he had 64, 44, 51. All right, Mike Clevinger is a good option. All right, so we have Carlos Carrasco, another Indian pitcher. He's a little cheaper. I'm not going to touch on him too much. Yeah, I would just go with Mike Clevinger. Clayton Kershaw. All right, Clayton Kershaw. 10 stacks, 38 fantasy points projected. That's Clayton Kershaw. All right. So we have Sonny Gray. 69% chance to get upper 60s. Another Reds pitcher. 10 stacks. 10 stacks. Okay. 51, 41, 40. It's the Phillies. It's the Phillies. They're going to win the World Series this year. Here's David Price, who I always like. Another Dodgers pitcher. He's cheap. He is dirt cheap. David Price. If he's playing, get David Price in there. All right, let's go over the catchers and the first basemen. So Freddie Freeman's right on top, all right, of the Atlanta Braves. He's only 4K, getting about 13 fantasy points per game. All right. They predict him to do good. All right. All right, we got Yasami Grandal. All right, he's 4,900, 3,900 on FanDuel, getting about 10 fantasy points per game. Look at that, 25, 22, 12, 15. I'm projecting about 11 to 20 fantasy points out of Yasmin Grandal. He is a nice little option there. Joey Votto. All right. He has a 45% chance to do nothing. Joey Votto. All right. Of the Cincinnati Reds. 3,300. Very affordable. Very affordable price. He puts up duds all the time, but for that cheap price, when he gets to that 25, you're going to be freaking really happy, and today is one of those days. All right. Eric Hosmer of the San Diego Padres. 18, 6, 0, 9. It's kind of like hockey. You might get lucky with him. You might get 18 or you could get 3. All right, Gary Sanchez has a 43% chance to do nothing. All right, he's projected about 12 fantasy points. Daniel Wong, 10 fantasy points projected. 25% chance to get 15 to 30 fantasy points. All right, and then we have Danny Santana. All right, of the Texas Rangers. He is 3,400 on Fanduel. 12, 21, 22, 30. Oh, yeah, look at these numbers. Danny Santana is the sole stud of the day. Danny Santana of the Texas Rangers. Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana. 3,500. Viva Carlos Santana. He puts up duds and then he just smacks teams like the Phillies. Okay, his price is up and down around the 4,000 to 3,000, high 3,000s. He can get a 25 or he'll get you a 9 today. So that's Carlos Santana for you. Playing the Blues or putting up big numbers. All right, that was that. Now let's go over the top 3 second basemen. Jose Alvarez, obviously of the Houston Astros. 12 fantasy points. You know, they're going to just bang you with the Astros. All right. Ryan McMahon of the Colorado Rockies. That's a little good. That's a little different. 22-6-3, 21-50 against the Padres. 3,000. He was only 3,300. He had a 50-point fantasy game. Ryan McMahon is the sole sleeper of the day. 3,700. Nice price. All right. All right, you got Max Munche of the Dodgers, 3,800. Good option. All right, third baseman of the day. All right, so we got Dozier, Bergman, and Suarez. Dozier, 18% chance to get 30 to 45 fantasy points. Alec Bergman, 15% chance to get 30 to 45 fantasy points. And Suarez, 16% chance. All right, another red. They love the Reds today. 3,912 fantasy points projected. 24-15, he had 9. So I had a 40, 43. Yeah, he could put up 40 or 9. So we'll see. Suarez, get him in. All right, shortstops. Shortstops are up. Francisco Lindor of the Cleveland Indians. 3,900 on Fanduel. All right, 24 fantasy points he had. He did okay against the Phillies. Put up double digits. I see him putting up double digits today, most likely. He even put up 25 against the World Series winning Nationals. Jonathan Veller of the Marlins. Wow, Marlin, 3,300. Very cheap. A cheap Marlin you can throw in. All right, here's a good throw-in, a Marlin. And nobody's going to play this guy. And look, he puts big numbers up. Big, 40, 27, 22, 27, 12. Jonathan Veller. Get him in there. All right. Some outfielders. My favorite outfielder right there, Aaron Judge. Yes. Aaron Judge is only 4,500 on FanDuel, believe it or not. That's very affordable. He's getting about 12 fantasy points a game. 6, 6, 12, 3. He puts up numbers every time. Barely ever gets a 0. He gets 12, 18s, 22s, 27s. Big numbers. Judge is always in play. I'll put him in my roster every single time, Aaron Judge. Charlie Blackmon. Okay. He's a little bit more than Judge. Same numbers as Judge, maybe a little less. I'd rather play Judge than Blackmon, but God, put him in. Cody Bellinger, 4-6. Here's some of his stats. All right. Cody Bellinger. Stanton, the good option. There's some of his stats. He is $4,000. All right, Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts. All right, Mookie Betts. Mookie. All right, so here's a list of some of the utilities. go over some of the baseball lineups before we get to our football lineups. Line optimizer. All right, this is the main slate. So their pitcher is Bauer. So who would we rather play? We saw Clayton Kershaw. So there's Kershaw. Get him right in there. Okay. Then we can just get Votto in. Joey Votto. All right. Get David Fletcher out of there and put McMahon in. We're off right now. We got to cut somebody down. Mookie Betts, keep him in there. Oh, there's Aaron Judge. Getting him in there. All right, now we gotta go cheap, really cheap. We can go Tim Anderson. All right, so now we gotta get rid of this guy and just go cheap. Manny Machado is really nice here. So now we're $100 off. And just go here and just go with a guy from Atlanta, I would guess. That looks good. Let's go do a couple more lineup breakdowns. All right, Zach Greinke, a nice option of pitcher. Pitchers where you're spending a lot of your salary and getting a lot of your points. Very important how you spend money on pitcher. So they got Blackmon in there, Bellinger. All right, we're going to upgrade him. I'm always going to play Judge no matter what. Just so you know with these videos, if Judge is in, I love playing Judge. I don't care. Some guys I just play all the time. Like, if it's hockey, I play Sidney Crosby all the time. If it's baseball, I'm going to play somebody like Aaron Judge all the time. Plain and simple. So we're going to keep Greinke in. We could keep Greinke. Then go up with Verlander. Is very expensive today. Verlander is very, very expensive. Kershaw. David Price, 9,500 here. So now we're a little up there. So who can we cut down to size? Put a Boston shortstop in there. Xander Bogaerts, baby. That shit is Bogaerts. All right, now let's go and try to get something under. Oh, man, they're hitting us with straight up flat 35,000s. You know. So let's just put some guys out so we can just start upgrading. All right, let's get this down so we can just start spending. All right, so right now we're going with Verlander. What do we say? Cole is probably going to do better, so I would just go Cole. So go Cole. You could go Verlander or Cole. Joey Votto. So we could go Joey Votto. Let's play Danny Santana to save that money. All right, Ryan McMahon. I like him. Maikel Franco, no. So now we have to spend some of the money. So we could go. It's a little tough. Second base today. So I would just probably go with a Yankee. Why not? It's the Yankees. All right, shortstop, we said we like, oh, man. Linder's 4K. Polanco, there we go. 3,000. All right. So we like Aaron Judge. We like... See, it's hard when you spend extreme amounts of money on pitcher. But, I mean, say two guys get 0 and your pitcher gets, like, 60, 70. You're just like, woo, all right. All right, so this is what's costing us some bread. So we're about 2,000 over. All right, so you have Judge. He's expensive, as you can see. McMahon's expensive. All right, So we could put Bauer in there to get it down. We could put Kershaw. Then we have money to chalk somebody up. Go right back to Mookie Betts. You can do that. I'm going to do one more lineup. All right, there's a single. All right, here's the... Wow. Okay, here's the 5-gamer. Some lineups for the 5-game slate. Then we'll go over NFL lineups. Max Scherzer, $12,000. All right. So then we'll just put him in. Tampa Bay, sleeper. All right. Cutting these salaries down. All right, there we go. Now you definitely keep Bryce Harper in there. Bryce Harper's the man. $3,500 for Harper. Harper's one of them other guys that I play every single time. Bryce Harper, Judge. Play him. I play him. I want to do another lineup because there's Harper. He's already in there for me. Look at his perfect lineup. Don't have to do anything to it. He's already in there. He's in there too. Bryce Harper is the sole stud of the day. He's going on the cover. All right, let's just go back to NFL lineups because we pretty much know the players. They've been playing the same guys a lot, so let's just go over the lineups. So it's going to be on DraftKings. All right, this is the main slate. So they got Kyler Murray, Aaron Judge, Barkley, Crowder, Jeffrey, Dante Adams, Waller, Goddard, and Cowboys D. I don't have problems with this. You could just go Carr, because Carr's going to do something nice today. So, if we want to see, there's Carr. Derrick Henry, this is the sole stud of the day. Derrick Henry, as usual, is a stud. You can put Jones, Gurley, look at that. Josh Jacobs, Fournette. There's a lot of options today. Drake, Juice. Put Juice in. So I'm going to put Juice, and I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to put 2 Washington running backs in at one time so I can do this. Look at this. No, I want to put Evans in there. So now I like Zeke, but I'm $1,200 off. If I punt that, I have $200. I'm almost there, baby. Look at that. Crowder. Woo! There it is. Saved. Boom, 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 boom. Here's a couple more lineups you can look at. And then we'll go over singles. After this late slate. This is the later slate. All right. Wow. Pretty close to perfect. I like Aaron Rodgers today. I mean, it's the same guys all the time. They're playing the same games, similar games, same teams all the time. So we should know them by now. Like, we have Howard. We have, Fournette. We have Cooper. You have Clark. Then you can just easily throw in James O'Shanahan. You should know these guys by now if you watch the videos every day. And then, as we saw, they put Deshaun Jackson in the lineup earlier, so we can easily throw him in this lineup because we know he's going to do something. I would not play him. I'll just put Howard in. All right, Barkley. You can go Dak. You can go Wentz. I'll play Dak today. Adams. You can easily put Gallup in if you want. So you can get rid of him and put the real wide receiver from that team in there. Keep Fournette. I would keep Fournette. I would not take Griffin out for anybody except James. I wouldn't take the Eagles D out. That's pretty nice. Saved. All right, some single games. All right, here's Oakland first, Washington. Here we go. All right, so in your MVP spot, I like Adrian Peterson or I like Juice. So I'd rather just put the Juice in there in the MVP spot today. So I'm doing that, and I'm just red fall because I got Carr already. And definitely not playing him. Put Quinn. Or no, not Quinn. Jones. There we go. All right, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. All right. Nice, just like that. All right, this is Arizona and Los Angeles Rams. Some lineups. This is a Sunday slate. If you already haven't, please subscribe to this channel. Super Football Sunday. Jets, Philadelphia. Wow, look at this. Perfect. Saved. Don't need to do anything else. You don't. Green Bay. First the Giants. Green Bay Giants. All right, let's get something nice with a good... Oh, look at this. Look, we get to see Eli Manning's face one more time. Look at that. He's retired. Why? He's coming up here. That's pretty cool to see him, but he's retired. So... All right, so 10,800 for Adams if you want to play him. Much choice here because you're way over. Way over. So let's just get rid of that. What was that? I don't know what that was. All right, so that's a little... I don't know why they keep putting Eli in. But Eli is most likely not going to play. I think it's going to be Daniel Jones. But I would rather just play Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Jones is good for the MVP spot. Definitely good. Dallas, Jacksonville, Dak Prescott, Schultz, Cooper, Dobbs, Elliott, and Foles. Dobbs. No Dobbs. No Dobb. Westbrook. Dede Westbrook. Cobb. Okay, so obviously Foles isn't playing, so you just put Gallup or James O'Shaughnessy in. I'd rather put Shaughnessy in. I like him. He does all right. So Minshew is a little cheaper, and then we can just Amsterdam head. All right, it's the Soul Fantasy Show, Soul Fan Show, Amsterdam head.